3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is Mega Man Sprite Game. It is a fan game made by BroToad.
Yes, sorry I keep
based on
muting and unmuting my mic.
You're fine. So, what we just did was, we just had our first encounter. We tried to leave, and a ghost shows up. And he's like, hey, I got a delivery for you. And you open the door, and you're just like, who is this jerk? And you just, like, kill him. And so, your dad, he tells you, you need to go and visit your brother, Zero. But there's going to be a boulder in the way coming up, and we can't go to him, so we need to go visit our Uncle Proton first. And yes, this is all based on real Mega Man stuff. I just want to keep that as a big emphasis there. Why am I fighting things? I am dumb. The main thing of this game is to run from everything imaginable, including some bosses, which is hilarious. And yes, that was a mountain. We fought a mountain, and everything is okay. So we're at Uncle Proton's. Let's talk to the ghost over here. He has a ghost infestation. So here's our first actual boss, and it is a basketball ghost. And he's not very difficult. You just pretty much punch him until he disappears. So the ghost at the very beginning of the game that we fought, he's actually an important encounter. He dictates the rest of the game. We have learned a new ability called BB Pasta. Exit. We don't want to rest. Uncle Proton, please. Can you please not get in my way? Thank you. So, Quickman is waiting for us, and he taunts us and runs away. Make sure you talk to Uncle Proton at that point, by the way, before you leave his house. The boulder will move out of your way. If you try to go by the boulder before then, the boulder will actually say something, and yeah. But if you talk to the boulder now, it'll be like, I'm sorry I was in your way, and it just kind of moves, so. Alright, now we have found Zero. Now let's go take him home and go meet it with Dad. Yep, the goal is to be a wuss. That's the speedrun. That is a legit speedrun strategy, is to be the biggest wuss you can be. I just want to also remind everybody that all the music in this game is from official Mega Man games. Alright, so we are now riding Dad across the river as a boat. Not even making this up. And we can also throw him in combat, but that wastes time, and I don't want to do that. He is also in your inventory, so if you checked your inventory at this point, you will see Dad. That enemy is called a Sugar Man. Whoops. And Sugar Man made a one comic appearance. This is all based on a webcomic. And the webcomic is great, and you should read it. None of the enemies in this game make sense, but that's the beauty of it. Just set it to Overwatch. I would just set it to Mega Man. This girl, she wants to be a dancer, but if you talk to her, you crush her hopes and dreams. I'm going to take one brief detour. That over there is Bass. That is Bass's only appearance in this game. Well, supposedly there's several, but... Anyway, so we tried to let Snake Man join the party, and then we just mocked him because, like, no! Why would we let Snake Man join the party? So he sends us to the Trouble Dungeon because we make fun of him. And the whole point of this is to just navigate the maze and get out of the first floor. Slow down, I'm trying to read. Sorry, gotta go fast, man. You gotta have speed reading classes for this game. Alright, so we now fight Snake Man, who has 1 HP. And is a joke. Alright, so we have found the first of 3 magic B-balls. Meanwhile, plot. That has absolutely no relevance on anything. But there was a mysterious figure. Keep that one in mind for later. Now, the basic story of this here is that there's 3 magic B-balls, and if you get all 3 B-balls, you can make any wish you want. It's kind of like the Dragon Balls, really, but as basketballs. So we're going to get on a plane and go exploring to other regions. Unfortunately, our seat is next to Quickman, who, as we all know, is a big jerk. So he's going to taunt us. We're going to have a fight on the airplane. He's also not very difficult, but that's because, you know, this is the first time you fight him. You do fight him again later. He's a lot tougher there, so. But for now, you just kind of punch him. He doesn't do enough damage to really lower your health into anything dangerous. So. And because we had a fight on the airplane, we have now been banned from planes. And they threw us off, out in the middle of the desert. Yes, I can make a DBZ reference to almost anything. That was also the awesome dino on a skateboard. It's possibly one of the best enemies in this game. That cactus up there is actually blocking your path, and you need a key card to give to the cactus so that he's not blocking your path anymore. There's a reason that I am sticking on the path. I will be made clear very soon. So for some reason, I haven't figured it out yet, but Uncle Proton's here. He wants you to go get his medicine. And we talk to the cactus and give him the key card, and he moves out of the way. So now we're going to explore this pyramid. This music is also from, I can't remember which Mega Man game, but this is all official Mega Man music, so. I didn't say you could punch me, Ladybug Man. There is a very particular attack. This is Pharaoh Man. There's a particular attack that this man does, and he's not very nice about it. And I just have to be on the lookout for it. It's quite hilarious when he does it, though. He is throwing his pee at me. I mean, I'm not making it up. He's throwing his pee at me. I mean, what do you want me to do about it? So we are going to slam dunk all over him. And that's the end of Pharaoh Man. We got the medicine. Now we'll go up here and we find the second B-ball. Except Quickman's a jerk. And stole the magic B-ball. So now we gotta go find Quickman and get the second magic B-ball. So now we got to make our way out of this massive maze of a period we'll never find our way out of. Now, the plot from earlier, when you saw the mysterious figure, is that Snake Man is going to try and find dirt on us. And he went and got the police to try and arrest us for doing something. So, what has happened now is that Snake Man has been arrested for false accusations, trying to get us arrested. He said something about us walking off the path, and if you walk off the path at any point before you get the path pass, you get the bad ending. So we have officially averted the bad ending. Now we are Uncle Proton. He is going to carry us under the sea. And we are going to explore underwater. We have to get across, so for the record, Sugar Man is your typical Cactuar enemy. If you try and attack him, it does like 1 damage. But if you kill him, you get like a ton of experience, which is a very useless thing to pick up in this game. Nobody needs experience. That is a house underwater, and there are people living in it. Don't ask. I've been trying to figure that out for a while. So, I'm just gonna come around here. Now, we're coming up on another boss here. This is an incredibly tough boss fight, so I do have to concentrate here. This is Bubble Man. And this is one of the hardest bosses in the game. And that was it. We beat Bubble Man, who gets eaten by a whale. And that's the end of Bubble Man for the game. He's also an animal hoarder. So if you know of any animal hoarders, you can now call them Bubble Man. But now we have a way across, because all of our new animal friends, our canine friends, as Uncle Proton put it, have helped us make a bridge to get across. Interesting fact, Uncle Proton is actually really smart at science type stuff. Did you know that according to Uncle Proton, that sand is the liquid form of rock? I didn't know this. I mean, it makes total sense, right? I mean, it's rock, but it's like liquid. I mean, it fits into a container quite well. So, Uncle Proton rewards us with useless experience because he's so smart and that we really needed it to get through. So, we're gonna just walk through this jungle and run from all sorts of strange jungle creatures. Hey, we found Roll! She just popped out of nowhere. So, Roll is now in the party. Roll and Mega Man are dating in this game. I don't know who started this rumor that they're brother and sister. That's obviously not true. So, we're going to keep going through the jungle here. There's some important stuff. That is Safari Man, and yes, he has a lion. Because lions. Why not? So, and we get captured by Slashmen. The Slashmen are a tribe of, well, I don't know what they are, but they're a tribe. If any of these Slashmen, you have to restart the whole room, so. You do have to kind of wait, which is the bane of any speedrunner. Waiting. Why would you wait? Like, don't you, like, doesn't the game understand it? You have places to go. Alright, we're gonna come up here. And Roll is being set on fire, or almost being set on fire. But we have rescued Roll, so now we can go this way. In this house right here is Uncle Proton, but he can just stay in the cage for a while. We don't need to rescue him. He's smart. He can figure his own way out, right? And there's Mega Man. Now we have found him, and we can rescue him. And yes, we just threw Dad at the totem pole to rescue our brother. I mean, it makes sense. Roll has this ability where she can attack everybody on screen. So, it's wonderful. So, this is technically a boss battle. And they're not difficult. Mostly because there's 3 of them, and you would think that that would make the boss fight 3 times as hard, but technically they are only about 1/3 as hard as everything, so. We got one Dad back in our inventory, so we are good, guys. We're going to progress now. Mega Man's back in the party. So we will finish exploring the jungle. We are now in the volcano area. It is possible to go through the entire volcano without finding a single random encounter. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. And yeah, that's an Eskimo and a hot tamale living together in the same eco zone. You just can't make this up. It's factual, people. I think I have the world record for this. I'm probably, well, I'm like one of 2 people that has run this game. But no, that is not Grimace. McDonald's actually stole the idea from Grimace from this game. But world record's 37:22. Now, this is an incredibly difficult fight. Mostly because this man is super, super sexy. And we are so mesmerized by his pectorals. His name is Hot Magma, and I would imagine that you can see why he's Hot Magma. And now he's super naked. And we have killed the Hot Tamale. So we're just gonna keep wailing away on this guy. I missed a slam dunk. It's alright. Come on, roll. And we beat Hot Magma. And suddenly, we have now arrived at the 3rd Magic B-Ball. And now we have to fight Quickman. This is the difficult fight against Quickman. So we have to fight him for all 3 B-Balls. If we lose, he gets all 3 Magic B-Balls. And we lose. So, and we don't, obviously. I mean, if Quickman beats us, he gets to make a wish. And nobody wants Quickman to make a wish. Also, the B-Ball pasta that we learned at the beginning of the game will come in handy later. And we beat Quickman. Incredibly tough fight. So now we're going to make our wish to end all of the ghosts. That's the whole point of this wish, except we actually wish to go to the moon, because why not? And for some reason it took Quickman instead of Roll. So, we're going to go explore the moon for a bit. And rip Quickman. And the reason that Mega Man wanted to go to the moon is because sweet dunks. I mean, the ball just goes forever. And now they're stuck on the moon. And you'll find out in Mega Man Game Part 2, which is actually coming up right now. And that is Dogmobile. He will help us get off the moon. Barf, barf. Good old canine companion. And this is Toadman's only appearance in the go. Press F to pay respects to Toadman. And our house is on fire, so we need to make a phone call, because that's what you do in a house fire. And you talk to some people, or you talk to a ghost, rather. So what they just realized is that that phone calls in the past to have the ghost find your house, to send you an egg to hatch the egg, or to hatch the Dogmobile. So now, that was the ghost that we killed at the beginning of the game. He was delivering us an egg for the Dogmobile. So, we're gonna have a Pokemon moment. Go, Dad! Wild Dad appears. And yes, that enemy just exploded for many, many, many times its own maximum health. So the ghost at the beginning of the game, like I mentioned, he is trying to bring you an egg, but you kill him, and that's what makes all the ghosts mad. And so, all the ghosts... Can we get off of Dad? Thank you, that would be great. See, there's the delivery guy, but somehow he's here. So, we also picked up the injured ghost and the... Mega Man X7. I like how we have put this under Mega Man X7. That is phenomenal. Alright. So, Uncle Proton gave us some advice. It was incredibly useful, but it was so useful that we have no idea how it's useful because he's so smart. He's so good with sciencey type stuff. And the Dogmobile egg is hatching, just like in real life. You walk around with something in your hands, and we're going to name it Dogmobile 2 because that's fastest. And yes, the Dogmobile has wheels for feet. So now we have to navigate this wasteland because the ghosts ravaged everything. So in place of Roll, we do have Dogmobile in the actual active party. And he has a couple of attacks that are really useful to use. That's not good. Why is it doing that? And see, without the path pass, we would go to jail for walking off all these paths. And nobody wants to go to jail, right? And we're gonna try and apologize. And Uncle Proton ruins everything. And his buns have been fried. Now, this is a pretty tough boss. I mean, look how big he is. Obviously, the bigger the boss, it means the tougher they are, right? Nope. Almost used the B-ball pasta instead of the slam dunk. This guy has several really incredibly difficult attacks. And you have to be ready for him. He just really does not like Dogmobile. And we have defeated the King Ghost. But that's not the end of the ghosts, unfortunately, because there's somebody who is summoning ghosts. So there's only one way to get to the source of where the ghosts are coming from. So we're going to follow Uncle Proton because he knows his science stuff. So that building back there, they notice that it's a bit familiar. So we're going to ride on the Dogmobile across the lake to that building. Meanwhile, more plot. The ghosts are talking with that mysterious figure, and the mysterious figure is actually welcoming us to show up, so... Now, this is the part where we get a little bit of backstory. Finally, you know, after all this time in the game, we finally get some backstory. Dad, when he was younger, one day he went fishing, and he fished up this thing. And it's actually Mom that he fishes up. Yes, so Mom is a mermaid thing. So we rested just to be on the safe side to restore some HP. We are literally at the point of no return, and the game tells us this. So, We are in, I can't remember what the name of this place is, but we're in some sort of, like, kids' playground. And this is where the final dungeon is, so. This is actually pretty long for a final dungeon. So we're going to be here quite some time. I think it's Wonder World or something like that's the name of this place. But also, if you notice on the walls, there's W's. I mean, there's only one person who could be behind something like that, right? That's Vile. This is his only appearance. He shows up and he dies, being happy that he could see us one last time. Press F to pay respects for Vile. Now we're going into, I guess, sort of like a nightclub within the place. I never understood that either. And now we have to fight Darkman, which is an incredibly difficult boss fight. Yay, we've beaten Darkman and he has exploded. So we're going to take the zip line across. I think I'm having a pretty decent run. I've not had too many encounters. We just got to wade through the ball pit here, because nobody ever comes out of the ball pit alive. Uh-oh. What's that? Iris! This is, Zero's ex-girlfriend. This, you have to hit her once, and then give her a moment, and she turns into a monster, because she's dead. But her defense is super high until you hit her once, because she only takes 1 HP of damage from anything that you do until she transforms. This needs a laugh track, you know? That wouldn't be bad. And we beat Iris. And, yeah. Apparently it had an impact on Zero, because Mega Man actually asks him, he's like, "Are you alright?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll be fine." So all's good. I mean, we didn't just beat up, our brother's ex-girlfriend's ghost or anything. So, now we have the longest cutscene in the game. So, unfortunately, there's no skip for it, so you just have to kind of ride it out. I mean, go get you some popcorn or something. This is going to be a little bit. And that's the end of the cutscene. Alright, so we hit the bottom, and yeah, we are now in the deepest, darkest pit of the Wonder World. You can just ignore that robot. He doesn't do anything. And we're going to take the elevator up a little bit. Even though we went down all that way, now we're going to take an elevator back up. I am going to make a safety save here. Just in case. Because I have had one run die to the final boss. And it can happen if you are not paying attention to your HP. And we are now in just a solid white room. Who is this mysterious figure and why are they creating all these ghosts? And we brought Dad with us. I mean, he fit in our inventory, so we might as well, right? So this is the final boss fight, but it is not going to be timed just yet. So, it's a 3-part boss fight. This is a reference to the DOS Mega Man game. If anybody has ever played the DOS Mega Man game, the original one, the final fight with Dr. Wily in that game, it's a giant machine that he rides in, like back and forth, so. So, the one thing you can take away from this, and hashtag things I learned from SRX, is that no matter how difficult a task you get, you can always win it with basketball and slam dunking. So they're going to teach us a lesson, and it's actually Splash Woman. We found Mom. Yep. That's a thing. So, Dad fishes Mom up out of the water. They fall in love. They have 2 kids. You know, your typical family. And it takes Dad 3 years to name his kids. So he names them Zero and Mega Man. And Mom doesn't like the name Mega Man, so she gets mad. She gets in the car, and she crashes the car. And she dies, and that's what happens. Or at least she's severely injured. I don't remember. So remember, kids, never rage drive. So we're going to go ahead and use the B-ball pasta and recover some HP. Because this is an incredibly long fight, at least by this game's comparisons. Don't want to really let your health drop below 40 if possible. And Mega Man is the only one who can heal people, so you have to make sure his health stays... you know, if Mega Man dies, it is a party wipe. Like I said, I have wiped on this boss once. Okay, now I do B-ball pasta Zero. Uh-oh. Yeah, if Zero dies too, you just simply lose all your damage, so... That was some bad menuing. Also, for the record, B-ball pasta, if you ever have B-ball pasta, it is noodles with a giant basketball in the middle. So, it's quite delicious. I tried it myself once. Alright, so we have beaten our own mom. And she's mad because we're defying her. But we have the power of the 3 magic B-balls now. So we get to make our wish. To be able to take on Mother's final form, we are going to fuse together to become Mega Man Zero. Who is super beefed up and super powerful. The best attack of the game is Meteor Dunk, because we are going to dunk our own mom from outer space. Now, Mom has one attack, and it's the most horrifying attack you'll ever see in video games. And that's the attack. It's been affectionately been dubbed the Titty Twister. You just have to keep an eye on Mega Man Zero's HP. If it gets around 60, you want to start using Magic Pasta to self-heal, because she can do quite a bit of damage. And it does add up, so... You just got to keep using the meteor dunk on her, and eventually she will be defeated. Let's go ahead and Magic Pasta, just out of safety. Magic Pasta is way healthier for you than... Okay, now she started using her beam attack. I think she only does that when she's low. That was a really well-timed Magic Pasta. And we have defeated Mom. And Mom is just like, I never meant it to come to this, and she just wanted her family again, and so she tells us to go on ahead, as there is one giant bee-ball. It's a giant magic bee-ball, and she was guarding it. The ghost of Quickman is just there to be an annoyance, you know, because he's a jerk. So now we have access to the giant magic bee-ball, and we can make one more wish. We're going to make a wish to fix the world. And yes, the bee-ball does say, come on and slam and welcome to the jam, when you talk to it. So, with that wish, we're going to try and fix the entire world. Also, get ready on time here in just a moment. And there's just a piece of paper coming down. And time. And so now we have the ending to the game. And it pretty much tells us everything that happens. 37:01, that's world record. I have 37:22, I believe. Yeah, 37:22, that's world record. That is world record right there. I must have gotten a lot fewer encounters than I thought I did. Rip Snake Man, he was found dead in his prison cell. I honestly was running this and I could not get below like 37:40 because I just kept getting way too many encounters. So that was Mega Man Sprite Game. You can thank Brotoad for this majestic, wonderful, amazing game in all of its crazy, just nonsensical hilarity. It's fantastic, and I really do suggest you play it for yourself. So, because like skipping all the dialogue and just me telling you what the story of the game is, there's some dialogue that is just so wonderful that you really do need to play it for yourself. Also, there is a 100% category for this. You have to go off the path after the ghosts just destroy everything and go to a house and purchase an ability. So, and that's the end. So, that was Mega Man Sprite Game. I believe I have donation incentive for Mega Man Sprite Game 2. So, we're going in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this picks up exactly where, well, not exactly where, just slightly after where Sprite Game 1 takes place. Dad tells you to go out to the store. Hang on, wait a second. That's not supposed to happen. He fell over. And he doesn't feel like getting up. And get ready on time, because he still doesn't feel like moving, it looks like. Yep, time. So, Sprite Game 2, Dad asks you to go to the store and get groceries. You walk outside, slip and fall, and don't feel like getting up. That's Sprite Game 2. Is the best game ever of, I believe it's like either 2015 or 2016. It's the best game ever. You should just play it. And the credits are amazing, too. World record's 21. Like, so I was like 1 second off world record. That's not bad, though. For such an incredibly technical run, only getting 1 second behind world record's not bad.